Hi everyone, Alex here of the Mad Cartographer, and welcome to What a Mad Week on the 24th of January. It's been busy. Doing a million things, and so it's taken me a while to actually sit down and get the video made. So for those of you who don't regularly check in on the Patreon, and kind of wait for these videos to go, oh, there's something new, then I do apologise, and I am fully aware of it. But yeah, like some of the maps were released weeks ago, but we've just released the next batch, and we've got another week left to get the final few. I think we've got maybe 2 left, which will put our total of different areas to about 10 maps. However, one of the areas has 3 maps, and some of the maps are massive, so we'll kind of see where we end up with that one. So this is the first video that I'm doing a showcase of what we've done. The thumbnails for the gallery were added to the gallery post for Lairs, but I didn't do a video update at the time because time has not been my friend lately. I'm going to just say it now instead of drifting back to it later. One of the reasons that things have been a little bit delayed and why some of the stuff has been pushed a little bit to the further back this week. Obviously we're doing a lot of stuff with Crucible at the moment for our 5e magazine, which you can go and check out on the Kickstarter now. It's not live, but you can go and pre-sign up. Go over to cruciblemag.com/Kickstarter. And you can kind of go and sign up there, and it'd be great if you did, because it helps support us for people seeing that there's people interested in it. So go and check it out. The person I'm working on the magazine with is TJ. He's my partner in it, and we're both partners on the magazine. And so obviously everything that we've been doing with it, we've been dividing up our tasks. Unfortunately, last week TJ found out that his younger brother had died unexpectedly, so it's kind of thrown everything out a little bit. He's doing fine for those that know him. For those that follow him on the DM tool chest, you'll already be aware of this. He did make an announcement, so this isn't me just throwing it out there. But obviously it's kind of I'm taking on more of the stuff that he was doing so that he can go and handle things with family. He has to fly back to New York to kind of get things sorted, so he's pretty much out of action for a little while. So I've had to take on a few more things on that side. However, we've got my guys, Steffen has been pulling out the bag, checking out a few larger maps. Harrison has now been trying to help making the actual Foundry content. So we're pulling it back together on the Mad Cartographer side, and we're getting a bit more balance to everything. So there's been slight delays with this stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, you can all handle a delay. There's bigger things that have been at play, and the maps aren't going to be impacted. You're still going to be getting the same content and stuff. You just got it all a little bit later. So that aside, I'm going to walk you through the maps that we have done so far. And I have to say this is probably one of my favourite themes now, just because of the diversity of the maps that we've got in here. Kind of similar to the Pick and Mix. I liked the Pick and Mix 2 theme, but this one's a little bit more specific. So, I mean, you've been looking at this map now for the entire video. So this is the White Dragon Lair, and there was two maps in this theme that we kind of, one we dropped the ball on, and one was just an absolute shit show of a job. That was my. So with this one, when Steffen designed this, when he did the scale, and when he drew it originally, he kind of overlooked the scale that he was doing it. In his mind, he was designing it at double the scale, so that there's more room for a dragon to walk around. This is supposed to be a white dragon lair. Although, I mean, it can be for anything. So the problem is that he didn't. So it ended up being half the size that he'd had in his mind, and then when we put it into VTT, it still works. It's still a good sized dungeon. It's a multi-room, so you've got this little basement area that you go through here. This little cavern going down, and then you can see this little light circle thing. It's for climbing up, and there's like this upper area. So in VTT, in Foundry, and you could do it in Roll20 when you throw your own grid on it. We also did a version where it was double scale, so it was 70 pixels grid size, as opposed to 140 grid pic size. So that's, but for print, it just is what it is. It's going to be a slightly small map. I also did something similar on the Remora's Nest, which I will show you in a little moment. But this map, we've done it in layers. Actually, we'll do this one. Thought I had my Foundry guy on there. There you go. So you can see you've got a lot more room to move around. It makes for a much better sized map. It's just unfortunate that the print one isn't going to be this big. But yeah, so this in Foundry, it's with levels. So you've got this automatic area. When you hit this pink area, players don't see this. But when they go onto it, you can climb up 40 feet, and it takes you into this upper chamber. There you go, and then you can climb back down. And then we've got the same over here. When you go into this area, it takes you down into that little sparkly sub-cavern thing. Number 2, Crystal Dragon Peaks. Simple map, kind of like a boss fight area, but we've got the Betteroos module, so you can go under here, and there's just this little extra area when you go in. Little altar over here. There is a blank version that doesn't have the altar and doesn't have this table inside, and yeah, it doesn't have this rune thing, this rocks, and so you can kind of do whatever you want with it. We've then got the Vampire Lair. So it's got 3. This has got kind of like the normal setup. We've got some open coffins. So this is supposed to be like a decoy. So you've got the main coffin in here, but then there's a little secret room here that takes you to the actual coffin. And in here we've got the fire version. You could switch maps. I was gonna do it as dropping the entire thing like a token phase thing, but yeah, I didn't. I think it might have been a time thing. Plus, there ends up sometimes some weird, just the way I've done the textures on this, because there was a lot of overlays and stuff, wouldn't necessarily work that well to drop it on. So I figure you've just got 2 different phases on it. We've also got a blank version as well, so it's basically like this, but without any of the coffins and stuff, if you wanted to use this crypt for something else. Owlbear Caves. Just a nice owlbear cave. Got some nests over here. So it's supposed to be like a mine that's been reclaimed by owlbears. And we've got some slight canopy features here, just for a bit of immersion for going into that. Whatever that leads to, well, that's up to you. Okay, so this one's massive. This one's a big old boy. Here you go. So just I'll throw a champ on here. I'll not do a wander around, but there you go, just so you get a better idea of the scale. So it's divided into 2 main sections. We've got this this west half that is like the dungeon area, and then we've got the caves, which is the right area. Now in Foundry and the maps that we've provided, we've got the east wing, the west wing, and then we've got a full version, and then we've got an empty version which has no asset dressing, so you can kind of do what you want with it. All things tier, essentials tier get access to the full map, and the mini bundle get access to the I think it was the west wing map we gave, so it's going to be kind of like that much that they get access to, which is still a pretty decent sized map, and in and of itself it's a pretty cool map. So Steffen's done a real good job on this one. Some small canopy features like going under this little rock area, and goes on under the webbing and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so going from this to go into this next one is a little bit okay. But so I did a smaller a smaller Remoraz map. Now this map in print, this was my fault. I don't know how I managed to do it. I've not even checked the grid on it. I ended up, because it was 30 by 30 when I was designing it, so I wanted it to be a decent size. Then when I resized it, I seem to have somehow resized the original to be 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, which makes it about 11 inches by 11 inches. So the map had just gone thump, and that's it. I've seemingly saved over the original. So in VTT, I can get away with it. I can rescale it so that it's the size that I was wanting it to be. The print version is just a very small, a very small cavern area. But it's inspired by some of the artwork from one of the source books. I'll not say which one, which has a Remoraz nest in it, and it had like this like snowy area with this pool of water because this Remoraz was keeping its eggs warm, and so like all the snow had melted into this little steamy pool. Now here the Remoraz isn't in it, so you can kind of pass it off as it being iced over, like it's left the eggs on, if it's, you know, whatever. You do the writing, we just do the pretty pictures. So yeah, so that's the Remoraz one. I think it's okay, I think it's decent. It's got a couple of different chambers, you can have a couple of different combats before you reach the Remoraz, so you've got options with it. So this one I made, I'm going to actually show you straight away and walk around with this one. Actually, I might need to reset the vision, I imagine I do. So this is our Syndicate Speakeasy, and apparently that door is open by default. Probably is on the thing as well. So you've got this little town area for your players, and it's just a warehouse. Got a bit of a canopy there. They can't see it, but you can see that there is a hidden door here. Oh, I don't know how loud this music's going to be. I'm going to shift my volume down slightly just in case. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit. We're going to go in here. Okay. I think that's picking up, okay. Ooh. What do we have here? We got a little speakeasy. So there's like a little syndicate, guild hall, underground club. Got this little magical flickering neon light. It's got a little buzz sound going to it. Bit of jazz playing in the background. And obviously a pit fight. You know, you can have your people fighting each other. We got some just some sitting areas. We've got a bar, and then we've got some poker or card tables. And there's a little cellar, and then we've got a little private back room, and then another private back room for the accountant with a safe. There you go. So nice little multi-room dungeon area. A little upper area for where important people can get so this like goes up, so it's a bit more of a vantage point, so they get a bit of a better look. And then obviously, if you need it, you got some toilets. There you go, smashing. So yeah, so that's that one. Little underground speakeasy hidden away. Okay, so this last one, this is 3 maps. This is 3 floors of a modron temple. Modron are really weird. And so this map is interestingly weird. We've done it in levels to start with. So for those that are aware of modron, they're like these weird geometric, true lore creatures. And so we've made this in the levels module. So you've got these walled areas, and then you've got it just loops over into blackness, and that is deliberate. People are like, well, why is there a wall missing? No. This is like void, because modron are weird like that. So yeah, so you know there's just nothingness outside of this temple. We consider doing like stars or an astral void or stuff like that. No, do you know what? It's literally just going to be void. So obviously you can see that we were down there before. You can now see the floor below. So if we, so you can fly up and down if you wish to traverse between these areas. And then what have we got over here? And then we go up, and we go up another level. So it's quite a decent sized temple, and you can, like I said, you can traverse between it, between the different floors, and then you just got these little side mini chamber things, and big modron battle, I'm sure. We have, so you can have a little look at the individual levels. We do have them also as individual maps as well, individual floors. And yeah, so the modrons, the different shapes, and in Modron Society, the more sides you have to your shape, the more important you are. So we've got this scaling up, going from triangle, the lowest tier, square, up to hexagon. For the Modron map. So there you go. That's what we've got so far. I've already got Steffen's next map that I need to throw into Foundry. That is an alchemist's den, I guess, laboratory. That'll be in Foundry. That'll be two floors. It's like a little underground basement-y bit, and then an upper laboratory. It reminds me of a Resident Evil Nemesis battle area. It's quite interesting. It's a little bit different. It's not like kind of like crazy fantasy. It's not like all wood and things like that. It's quite a skews into not heavily modern, but do I have it open? I might have it open. Let me have a look. Oh no, I've not. Okay, that's a map I'm working on. You know, I'm going to show it. I hope it'll be finished. It should be finished. So this is the one I'm working on. So I'm working on a hag's tree house. I think I'm going to do the normal version, then I'm going to like hag it up a bit. So then I might have it being like a hobbit's tree house, or so this is where I'm at in thing. Let's open Steffen's while we're at it. Mad Alchemist. I think these two maps should round off the theme. There we go. So it's all kind of like stone and steel. Got these vats. Some cool little things that they're working on. Steffen's elephant. I haven't seen that before. And yeah, so we've got the basement area as well, which kind of gives you some interesting tactical options. Like up here, if it is like a nemesis fight, you got loads of room for combat up here for like a boss fight, but then like all these little areas underneath you can sneak around. It's pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, so this will be pushed out next day or two, and we'll just do a final theme update with the last few maps, and we'll try and get them in a little before the end of the month, so nobody's panicking whether they got them or not. But yeah, so I'm thinking probably going to have this one and this one left, and that will take us to I think 10 different areas with some big maps and some multi maps. So yeah, I think it's been a good month. I think it's a good theme. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything. That's where we're at. Sorry this video was a little bit longer, but obviously there's more maps to go through. Yeah, we're busy, we're hard at work. But there's some changes that are going to be coming in the next few months. I'm going to be giving you guys more stuff. I'm not going to go into it though, because I always say, hey, this is going to happen, and then other stuff comes about and it don't happen. But some of the plans that we've had in the pipeline for a little while should hopefully come to fruition, on top of us doing the Crucible magazine, which when that releases, you guys get a free full adventure every month anyway, so it should be pretty good. You're getting content. Yeah, so there you go, that's everything. Again, sorry for the delays on the video. Hope you all understand why. But yeah, let us know what you think about the maps. Let us know which is your favourite in the comments below. And yeah, we will catch you all soon. And as ever, keep rolling those 20s, folks. Peace.